Hello baby gangsters, this is Calvin, also known as Romer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony. And yeah, maybe they're not wrong, but I don't mind going over Tenko's case. But that was an abrupt change of topic. Was that intentional?
So what are we
So what do you talk about first? It is kind of like difficult, isn't it? Because like I want to find out who killed both of them. Of course I do. But if they're telling us directly that the only one that matters is that Angie's death, it's kind of weird because like I have a feeling that like Tenko's case matters too. It has to matter, right? It has to like, you know, dovetail into this somehow.
For now, let's see if we can narrow down the list of suspects.
Let's go.
Crotch probably got killed during the seance, so everyone there's suspicious.
Yeah. Well, see, no, the thing is, like, I think we can disprove that with a lot of the information that we have now, because the cage was too big, like, the way that it was killed, the floorboards were open, someone, like, went down into the floorboards, the weapon was under the floorboards, all this stuff. And again, I do feel for Himiko. This is really hard for Himiko, because she didn't defend her for so long, because of, like, she was more into Angie, I suppose. But that kind of feeling can feel bad. Like, you know, it's like, oh, I never backed you up when people were insulting you or people were saying stuff to you. I never listened to you, all this stuff. That can feel pretty terrible once they're gone. The people who attended the seance where it was Koriko, Shuichi, 15 seconds. Okay, Koriko, Himiko, and Kibo. It wasn't Kibo. It was Koriko, Shuichi, Himiko, Kokichi, and... which one was it? Koriko, Shuichi, Himiko, Koriko, Himiko, Shuichi. This one. No.
That's it.
It was it. Okay. Yeah, because it was the four humans.
It was me, Kyo, Himiko, and Kokichi.
Yeah. Obviously I knew what it was, but like the pressure of 15 seconds got to me, man.
So those four are the culprits.
Mm-hmm. You know who else is the culprit? Mew.
Oh, Himiko's still culprit? Well, that's probably just a coinky-dink.
That's how you spell coinky-dink?
Out of the four is really...
I never thought that's how you spell coinky-dink. That looks like coinky-dink.
Kyo. He suggested the whole seance idea.
I think he's too into the idea of all this to actually do it, though.
True. I may have suggested it, but I explained the procedure beforehand, yes?
Also, the fact that like the circle was made of salt means that none of us actually went into it into the darkness. It would have been almost impossible.
If we all knew of it before the murder, then we are all equally suspicious.
There you go.
Well, I suppose, but...
In addition, the seance wasn't entirely in my control either. I was not the one who selected the room we performed it in. It was Himiko.
Oh wow, yeah. However, there are empty rooms. Which one shall we use? Wait, no, there's no way Himiko could have killed Tenko, though, right? In the middle room, the middle room's always best for stuff like this. Very well, I shall begin the preparations at once.
Oh, right.
Also, we should not limit our suspects to only those who participated in the seance.
Yeah, because of the floorboards.
The
like,
empty room had a point of entry from outside,
yeah.
you see.
We established this as well when we were doing our information. Q was 100% right. A point of entry from the outside must be referring to... the floorboard, right? Under loose, the culprit might have gone on the floor to enter. Tenko was at the top of the entire seance and like... What? Really? There's another location. Oh, the other area? The floor, the other area? Okay. No, they don't think you're a fraud. We just made a mistake. It's okay. So they're talking about the corner part, right?
There.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. I just made a mistake. It's okay. It's okay.
About under the floor, right?
Himiko could have probably fit under that in those floorboards. She's very, very compact. She probably could have, like, you know,
Yes,
whoop,
there's
shoo,
a crawl space
right under
under
it.
the floor a person could move through. There was also a hole that connected it to the neighboring room.
Right.
If the culprit used the hole, they could have entered and exited the seance room.
If we consider that possibility, then there is another suspect.
Another suspect? Who?
It's appearing before me.
Who's he talking about? Is he talking about Himiko?
Oh, I can see it clearly. The true
Monodam
identity
just having
of
a rave in the
Tenko's
background.
killer.
Oh, we're doing a non-stop debate for this? These are actually kind of difficult now. Cage child, marker stone, loose floorboard, hole in the corner, keyboard's flashlight
The culprit
function.
sneaked in during the seance
Okay.
by crawling under the floor.
Okay.
But it was pitch black during the seance.
Okay.
How could they even see if they were under the floor?
They probably could use the light or
Because
something.
it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, our villain had a light.
Oh, is he talking about Kibo?
I mean, Kibo's flashlight function.
No.
Huh? Now hold on a second.
No.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor
It's too bright.
and sneak into the empty room during the seance.
That's way too bright. We would have
I
seen something.
said hold on a second.
It would have shined through the
He used his
floorboards.
robot functions to commit the murders.
Hold on a second.
It would have been too bright. It would have been way too bright. It's true that the little light you could move around under the floor. But is that possible? Let's take a look at Kibo's light function for a second here. Because it's way too bright. A function that Mio added to Kibo, he can emit a blinding light from his eyes. It's a blinding light. It's a blinding light. That's the thing.
By crawling
I think we can just hit the Kibo light thing because it's a blinding light. It would have like shined through the floorboards.
How could they even see if they were under the floor?
You know what I mean? It would have
Because
shunned.
it
Oh, sorry.
wasn't
It would have shunned
dark on
through.
the floor. You see, our villain had a light.
Light? You mean candle?
I mean, Kibo's flashlight.
Oh, so
function.
maybe our villain had a light. Is that what we have to hit?
Now hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function.
No, the problem is, no. But there's enough room for one person to move. But it's blinding, especially at the Kibo's flashlight.
Oh no.
Maybe we have to hit it on the first one then.
Hidden
Let's
during the seance,
hold on a second.
crawling under the floor.
Cause like the thing is like it's a blinding light. Like it would like I keep saying it would have shone through the floor, but you guys know what I'm saying. It would
Because
have.
it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, had a light.
No. But the room is dark as it was. No, one would need a light. No. Or are you denying my theory? Either way, your evidence is lacking. But like, I feel like me saying, guys, it's a blinding light. It would be like enough. No. Let me see. Let me see all the other evidence then.
The culprit
Hold on a
sneaked
second.
in
So we have
during the
caged
seance.
child. We have loose floorboard. Hole in the corner. Kibo's flashlight function. Loose
But
floorboard.
it was pitch black during the seance. How could they?
Okay, so hold on a second. In order to perform the cage child, you need 5 people. Yeah, we know this. We have
even see if they were under the
marker
floor?
stone. We know what this is. We know loose floorboard. But am I just hitting it wrong? Like, cause the thing is, I don't know. Maybe I'm being very stubborn here. Maybe it's one of those things where like it's like I don't know. Maybe it's like okay, dry blood on the floor. That's gonna come into play as soon as well. Let's read through all this here again, I guess.
You see,
When in doubt.
our villain had a light.
You had a light.
Light? You mean candle?
I mean, Kibo's flashlight function.
Huh? Now hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor and sneak into the empty room during the seance.
Okay, so we can't use the light on
said
any of these, so it has to be
hold
one.
on a
Okay,
second.
can we
He
do
used his
like, we'll
robot
probably just do
functions
like
to commit the
process of
murders.
elimination or something, because right now I'm very
Hold on a
confused.
second.
And we only have 3 minutes left. Let's check this out, okay.
The culprit
So we have
sneaked in
loose
during the
floorboard,
seance.
marker stone. So okay, let's see. It's not cage child. We know it's not cage child because that's nothing to do with the actual. That's the seance. The marker stone has nothing to do with it. Loose floorboard. We've established that no one came in through that loose
Because
floorboard.
it wasn't dark under the floor.
So the only thing is the hole in the corner.
You see,
There was a hole in the corner of the room in the seance held the space under the floor so you can see what was dropped in. Wait, what? Hole that was in the corner of the room the seance was held in? There's a space under the floor so you can see what was dropped in. Why would that? But see, that doesn't make much sense either. Oh no. Why though? So the only ones we have are the flashlight and this one that are even like nearly. Is a hole that was in the corner of the room where the seance was held in. There's a space on the floor so you can see what was dropped in. There's a space under the floor so you can see what was dropped in. Are they saying you can see like stuff under the floorboards there because you can see through? Is that what they're saying with the Okay, so all we can do is try it. That's all we can do is try it.
Our villain had a...
On this one? How?
That's wrong.
This is one of the situations where they're gonna have to explain it to me as well. Are they saying that it's because you can... I don't know.
I don't think the culprit could have used a light while under the floor.
Oh, yeah, what I was saying. They're just saying what I was saying because the light would shine through the top. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
There was a hole in the corner of the room.
You would see it. Yeah, okay.
If a light were used, it would have leaked through and we would
There
have
we
seen
go.
it.
Okay, yeah, that was what I was saying, but they got around to it in a way different. As usual, they get around to it in a way different way I did. If anyone watches my Ace Attorney playthroughs, you know this happens all the time.
When we did the seance, the room was definitely pitch black.
For sure.
So a light was not shined under the floor, which means you cannot claim I am the culprit.
There you go. Yeah, no, the light is too bright anyway, though. You know, it's way too bright. And I guess, like, you know, I'm thinking of floorboards as, like, being way too old. Like, I'm literally, you know, standing on wooden floorboards right now, and a light wouldn't shine through them. You know what I mean? So, like, maybe I'm, like, not totally, you know, with it.
Jeez, here I thought this would be the case where the murder could only be done by a robot.
You would have been excited about that, Kokichi, wouldn't you?
You have accused me of being the culprit more than once now, simply because I am a robot.
Tell them what it is, Kibo.
My status as a robot does not mean I am capable of performing superhuman feats. My vision is somewhat poor, and I only possess average physical strength and intelligence.
Oh, God.
All right. You made your point.
You're opening yourself up for a
Feel
Kokichi
sort of
burn.
bad for you.
There you go.
I neither want nor need your pity.
Did he do the blinding light again?
Enough with the flashlight. It's way too bright.
It would have been difficult to move around under the floor in that pitch black darkness. Maybe the floor and the hole have nothing to do with this case.
I don't know. I think someone used the sickle.
Then why was floorboard under Tenko lined up funny? Gonta think that was so culprit could stab Tenko from under floor.
Ooh, nice observation, Gonta. Are you finally getting used to the class trials?
God is no longer his henchman, I think.
Huh? Thank you.
Or maybe he is.
Don't say it like that. You're better off not being used to this kind of stuff.
Maybe they marked Tenko with glowing paint and looked for that. That'd let the culprit find her. Then they could stab her through the floorboards.
Yeah.
Boy, that sounds really familiar too. But I'm just gonna ignore it.
Her corpse didn't have any trace of glowing paint, though.
Oh, yeah. So then why was that floorboard loose?
The loose floorboard was the one under Tenko, right? If the culprit used it while she was still alive, she'd totally notice.
That's the thing. The sound of the thunk is what I'm going to be thinking about for a while.
Who fucking cares? Fussing over that won't get us closer to the culprit.
Literally every case meal we've ever done in Danganronpa, fussing has literally gotten us closer to the culprit. Fussing has gotten us there.
Dismiss this line of inquiry,
Yeah,
however.
fussing has always gotten us closer.
Instead of butting our heads against this, how about we concentrate on another
That's
issue?
that's fair. That's fair.
What other issue?
Perhaps first, we should figure out how and when exactly Tenko was killed.
When? So not during seance?
No, definitely during the seance.
Tenko was in the metal cage for the whole seance, wasn't she?
Uh-huh.
How could someone have gotten to her there?
The floorboard with the sickle.
Maybe the culprit killed her before she went under the metal cage.
That would be insane, Kibo.
That's not possible. She was alive.
We all saw her live. We were talking to her as well. This is the point of no return, Tenko. After this point, you mustn't speak. The next time you open your mouth, it will be Angie speaking through you. Understood. I will not say a word until the seance is over. And there's no way we could have gotten into the middle.
She was unmistakably alive when the seance began.
That was right before we blew out the candles. But when the light came back...
The floorboard was removed at that point, so it's likely she was already dead then.
Yeah, I wonder, like the floorboard is going to be a very interesting thing to me because I'm wondering how they did it. Was that the sound of the thunk?
So she was killed when the room was dark?
Yeah.
But she was inside Cage, right? Gonta think it impossible to kill her then.
No?
And she wasn't killed when the room was dark. It was a different time.
It was in the middle of the chant, I think.
How the fuck should I know? You figure it out, shitheads.
You know, fair enough.
Huh? Since Gonta said it was impossible, I'm proposing an alternate theory. Now hurry up and think!
We're going off what Gonta said? Okay.
If you want to make my golden brain tingle, start circle jerking your limp dick brains!
You know what's kind of funny? This is the first time she said something like that was like a sexual innuendo. That like, it's like, hey, start like you can interpret circle jerking your limp dick brains as, start like, you know, thinking better between all of your dumb brains. You know what I mean? Like, you can interpret it that way. Here we go. Another non-stop debate? Non-stop debates scare me. Let's see what we have. Marker stone, iron cage, white sheet, dog statue, sickle under the floor is what we're going to be going for, I think, in this one. Yeah, I think so. Because we're going to talk about how he got killed.
It could not have been done at any other time.
Yeah, for sure.
She was under the cage the whole time.
Yep.
And she was dead when the cage was lifted.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. We're all just shooting out theories. No. There was already blood.
When Cage lifted, culprit stabbed Tenko real fast.
That would have been crazy.
So fast, no one saw.
That would have been Himiko then.
Oh my!
So who lifted the cage?
It was Himiko.
It was me.
Yeah, but Himiko didn't do that. We were watching her. And the light was turned on at that point.
Himiko is the culprit.
No.
There's no
Oh, wow. Oh my god. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Tenko not being killed during the seance. That might not be impossible, but there's no evidence for it.
When Tenko got killed,
So are we gonna say
it wasn't during the seance.
the blood on the iron cage or the blood on this? Because I was gonna say the sickle on the floor is the weapon.
She was under the cage the whole time.
Do we say
And she was dead when the cage was lifted.
like I'm thinking white sheet or iron cage is what we're going for, and it's just because like that's
Cage was lifted.
like
that.
like we
When Cage
if we say
lifted,
iron cage or
culprit
white
stabbed
sheet
Tenko
on
real fast. So fast, no one saw.
On Himiko as the killer or something like that, because we can't agree
So
with
who
what
lifted
he's
the
saying.
cage?
It was me.
Or maybe like, what about the moment
Then
Cage was?
obviously
Yeah,
Himiko-
because Iron Cage Tenko's during the seance. It is around the 3 feet high and 5 feet wide. Shuichi and Kokichi placed this over Tenko and Himiko removed it. Tenko's blood was in the bottom of the cage. I wonder it doesn't matter because then white sheet is the sheet was over the iron cage during the seance. Wait, okay. I think white sheet might be better because it says the sheet was over the iron cage during the seance, whereas the iron cage, you know, would have been you could still get blood on it if you killed someone at that time. So I guess we'll go white sheet,
The culprit.
and we'll do it on what Gonta said, or was it? Yeah, about the cage being lifted. Let's see.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time.
Yeah, we can't shoot this because we agree with this.
What about moment Cage was lifted?
There we go. We got our V counter. We're doing good at this. We are the V counter boy.
No, it wasn't possible to kill her the moment the cage was lifted. Because the inside of the white cloth had Tenko's blood
Yeah.
on it.
Okay, I was gonna think Iron Cage, but it makes more sense that they said it directly that like it was over the cage during the seance.
That cloth was removed before the cage was lifted.
Fact about it.
If Tenko was stabbed then, there wouldn't be blood on the cloth.
What? But how could my golden brain be wrong when it felt so right?
It's okay to be wrong. Like being wrong is like just means you're gonna learn, you know?
The only possibility is that Tenko was killed during the seance.
I got your remodel.
Oh my god! What? Oh no, not one of these things.
No, it's still wrong to think that Tenko was killed during the seance.
No, it isn't.
What?
I'm gonna prove it right now. My golden brain is gonna go all out!
I mean, I do believe Mew's very smart. It's just that we're all smart at different things, right? Tenko's last moment's Marcus Stone loose forwards Iron Cage signal on the floor.
Died after the seance. It happened when the sheet was lifted.
No, it didn't.
That was the moment the culprit chose to stab the fuck out of Tenko through the cage.
No, it
They
did.
stuck the thin blade through the gap, and that clean white sheet got stained blood red.
Unfortunately, not.
But the weapon was a sickle.
Yeah.
Only the blade could have fit.
So we're not
through the
using sickle
gaps.
for this.
The blade's all you need.
Oh god.
If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko,
Would it?
sitting in there with her neck all exposed. She wasn't that far from the cage's gaps.
No.
In which case, the person who lifted the sheet is, and that's none other than Kyo.
Kyo didn't lift the cage. There has to be a logic in hole in Mew somewhere. What do we have?
The blade's all you need.
Tenko's last moment's Marcus Stone.
If you stick the blade
It's
through a
terrible
gap
because I
in
want to
the
look at the
cage,
freaking evidence.
it'd be long enough
We
to
have
reach
sickle under the
Tenko,
floor.
sitting in there with her neck all exposed.
Well, we can actually. So sickle under the floor is not what we're using because they already mentioned the sickle. What else was there? There was
Wasn't that far from the
Iron
cage's
Cage.
gaps.
We read this one before as well. What was the other? Marker Stone. The stone was by Tenko's body during the seance. Tenko had been crouched over in the Iron Cage with her forehead on the stone. Okay. And then what's the other ones? Loose
In
floorboard
which case,
and Marker
the person
Stone.
who lifted the sheet is the culprit, and that's none other than Kyo.
This is so difficult for me sometimes. There has to be a hole in Mew's logic somewhere. So what they're talking about, she's talking about how it's, she said, with her neck all exposed. The only thing that like would point to like her neck not being exposed, even though I kind of agreed that it would be the Marker Stone because it shows what position she was in. But the thing is about that is that would that not say that she was exposed? Her neck was exposed?
A gap in the cage,
Am I wrong?
it'd be long enough to reach Tenko,
I could be very wrong here.
sitting in there with her neck all exposed.
Okay, it's right. Okay. But yeah, that's the only one that talked about her position or the position she was in. They're going to explain to me as usual why this is
Wait
right.
just a minute. Tenko wasn't sitting down inside the cage.
Okay. Oh, because she's
She
sitting
was
with her
bent
neck
over with
exposed.
forehead against the marker
So she
stone,
wouldn't have been able to. Oh yeah, would have been far away from the top of the cage.
and the cage itself was about 3 feet tall. The sickle's blade was too short to reach Tenko while she was in that position.
Then I messed up.
It's
again.
okay. It's 100% okay
Seven.
to mess up.
I'm
We all
so
mess up.
embarrassed.
No worries, Mew. Everyone already knows you're an embarrassment to the human race.
No, she's not. She's okay. She's all right.
Yeah, no worries.
I think she likes being a bit embarrassed too. Like it's like her default mode.
If Shuichi is right, then it's impossible for Tenko to have been killed through the cage.
There you go.
She couldn't have been killed during the seance since she was in the cage, right?
Yeah, but we have the loose floorboards and the sickle.
If she was killed then, the cloth over the cage would have been pierced.
Not during the seance or from below the floor. Then it's impossible, isn't
Would the
it?
loose floorboards and the sickle not be it?
Yeah, for a living person.
We're not doing this again, are we?
What if Angie's spirit killed Tenko?
Honestly, like, can I be honest with you guys? I know you guys, like, in the last game told me to, like, always talk about what my thoughts are. My first thought was, like, Angie got up and, like, killed her. Like, they killed each other or something.
We don't know that. Some things are impossible for a human, but not for a spirit.
Don't say stupid stuff like that. Screw spirits.
Yeah. Screw spirits.
Stop that now.
Whoa, even Maki's a bit nervous.
Angie's spirit killed Tenko? Why?
Himiko?
Why would Angie's spirit kill Tenko?
What if Tenko killed Angie, and then Angie's spirit came back for revenge?
Like I said, that's impossible. Spirits can't be culprits.
Then explain how the culprit killed Tenko under these impossible circumstances.
Well,
See? You can't explain, can
Someone's
you?
gonna interrupt him anyway.
Only a spirit could have done it!
wait, I know. What if the culprit was hiding inside the cage?
What?
If they were in there, they could have stabbed Tenko during the seance.
What?
No. If there was someone else in the cage, we would have
I
noticed.
agree with Kaito. The culprit could have
What?
been inside the cage.
Maki agrees. Okay, it's real. You do?
Nonsense. There was no space in the cage for the culprit to hide.
If they hid in the cage, right? And then they use the floorboards after the thunk to go onto the floorboards and run away.
Maybe the culprit wouldn't need to hide in the first place.
What?
What?
Also, the culprit could have killed her in the cage at any time.
Yes.
I think you know what I'm getting at, right?
Wait, what? No! Oh my god! Oh my effing lord. No way. I just had the biggest realization ever, and if I'm right, this is insane. Do you mean Angie's ghost? Wait. Okay.
Damn it!
Okay, so it's not Angie's ghost. It's something to do with this. Like, cause I think that, like, I think it has. I think. Right. Okay. Hear me out. Hear me out. I picked Angie for one specific reason. If it's not Angie, it's Tenko. I think that I think the possession worked, and she killed Tenko with the. Yes! Are you serious?
I believe Maki is referring to Tenko herself.
Did the possession work? And then Angie just went like...
What did you say?
Insane! Absolutely insane!
Are you saying Tenko is the culprit?
She committed suicide.
I don't... Oh, okay, if that's what you guys think. I don't think it... I was thinking like possession.
Suicide?
If she committed suicide, it would explain a lot of things we couldn't figure out. She volunteered to be in the cage and then stabbed herself during the seance. It wouldn't matter how dark the room was.
But the sickle she was stabbed with was under the floor, right? If Tenko had stabbed herself, wouldn't the sickle still be inside the cage?
Oh my god. Mew actually said something smart.
Yeah, that's it. She did. She very much did.
Perhaps that explains why the floorboard was removed. After stabbing herself with the sickle, she threw it underneath the floor.
That's incredibly difficult to do, though, right?
So she took off the floorboard to get rid of the sickle?
Didn't we... Hold on a second. Didn't we... And maybe I'm wrong on this. I remember there was something about this. The victims always discovered the victim was killed by fatal stabbing in the neck. Additionally, she had laceration. Second victim was ultimately killed by Tenko. The victims were discovered in the floorboard. The victim was stabbed in the back of the neck, resulting in death, no injuries. Didn't they say something about that? Maybe it's on the gold sickle? Or not the gold sickle, the sickle. 6 inches in. Someone said something about, like, if you got stabbed, you pretty much, like, can't do anything else at that point. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yes, that makes sense to Gonta.
Nothing makes sense to Calvin, though, Gonta.
Well, it doesn't make sense to me. There's no reason for Tenko to commit suicide.
Maybe I wasn't too far off with the theory I had earlier. You know, about Tenko killing Angie.
Yeah?
Because Tenko and Angie were fighting for your attention, right?
I don't think Angie was doing much fighting, I'll just be honest. There was definitely not a fight there. Angie, did you brainwash Himiko? Look, you're gonna see right now. It didn't show Angie because no, Angie wasn't fighting.
Led her to commit such an atrocity.
Wait, so this means that I don't know.
Her conscience couldn't handle it anymore, so she decided to end her own life.
What?
But if she was gonna kill herself, why do it during the seance?
She wanted to hide the truth of her suicide.
Really?
There could only be one reason to hide it in a killing game, right? It's to take us down with her.
This face always is really well drawn. Such a good design.
Take us down?
She wanted us to pick the wrong answer during the class trial, so she could bring us all down. She wanted us to die with her. Okay, well, she probably just wanted Himiko to die with her, but still.
What are you saying? Tenko wasn't like that.
Yeah, I don't suspect Tenko I think she genuinely cared about Himiko quite a bit.
She told me.
Yeah, this was a very nice speech. Keep your chin up and live facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else. Yeah.
What if all of that was just a lie?
See, not everyone's like you, Kokichi. Not everyone's a big liar. It's so funny the last episode when he did that big lie where he was like, it's all a lie, when he pretended to die. Like, I put that in the title of the video because, like, that was, like, more important than the actual trial itself.
Wait, we should believe Tenko's last words.
The true terror of class trials is that you shouldn't believe everything said.
Himiko, you said that Tenko would never do anything like that. But how can you be so sure? Did you guys actually know each other? People keep all sorts of secrets. Like Maki. She hid the fact that she's a cold-blooded killer. Is it wise of us to trust other people wholeheartedly in this kind of situation?
Jeez, you're such a naive dude.
He's naive?
Naive?
We're all just people, you know? Of course we're gonna have some secrets.
He's so unbelievably reasonable.
What matters is whether there's any malice behind them.
Okay, true.
People can lie about how malicious their hidden secrets really are.
I totally get what Kaito's saying, though, because, like, everyone has their own, like, not skeletons in the closet, but, like, you know, like, say someone might be like, you know, I did this when I was 10, you know? And that's not a malicious lie, you know?
Well, duh. It's impossible to know for sure what others are thinking.
He's just so trusting.
That's why it all comes down to whether or not you believe in yourself.
Okay.
If you get betrayed, it's not their fault. It's your fault for believing in them.
Depends on the situation, though, Kaito.
That's why I believed in Maki Roll, because I wanted to believe in her.
I don't know if you know what you're saying.
Just because you're acting all cool doesn't mean you get to skip training.
Yeah, Mog, you tell him.
Hey, come on. Don't you think you're being a little too strict?
You guys better not be a thing, because I'm not being the third guy.
Well, we come from different backgrounds. So for now, let's agree to disagree. No one's ever called me naive before. And from Kaito? Seriously?
A weirdly low-res image there of Kokichi.
Whether or not I believe, my heart can't reach Tenko anymore. But I want to believe in her. She wouldn't commit suicide. She wouldn't try to take us down. That's what I want to believe!
Me too. Gonta no can believe Tenko commits suicide.
But if Tenko did commit suicide, that would answer all of our questions.
If you insist we believe in Tenko, then provide a reason to do so.
A proper reason.
All right, I'll give you a reason.
Is there a reason?
Yes, there is. Will you trust me, Maki?
The trio has to trust each other at this
If
stage.
it turns out I'm wrong, you can blame me all you like.
She will.
But for now, I need you to trust in my detective work.
She'll blame you. I don't believe Tenko would kill herself because of what she said. Okay, everyone, I'll see you after the seance. Yeah, she said, I'll see you after the seance. She said, you know what, you survive with me. She said, see you guys after. I doubt she had a sudden change of heart. Just because we don't know how she was killed doesn't mean that it was a suicide. We shouldn't be satisfied with that, and if we keep thinking, we'll find the truth. And if we keep thinking, we'll find the truth. And that means we have to believe in Tenko. I'll make them all believe. Monokuma File 3 Cage Child, Tenko's Last Moments, Loose Forwards.
Suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Tenko's Last Moments is a freaking... Tenko died in crouch position. The injury in her back of her neck was deep, but probably not enough to kill her immediately. So she did have some time. Okay, so I was completely wrong about that. What is this stuff? Loose forward? Okay.
With her. So she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person!
I agree with Himiko, actually.
But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor.
Consider.
All the pieces fit.
I don't know. Okay, everyone thinks that Tenko committed suicide, but they're only because they're latching onto the easiest answer. To get out of this, I need to make them think their suicide theory wouldn't work.
So far,
Let's see.
seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with
Is it Tenko's Last Moments?
so she hid her true intentions.
Hold on a second. Loose floor right below Tenko. It was not loose before the seance. There was dry blood in the bottom part of the floor. So I'm thinking Tenko's Last Moments might be the one we use, but then again, like, I have been wrong many times before. And then loose forward was just, there was dry blood in the bottom part. Yeah, there was dry. What's the other one as well? There was, sorry there, the cage child Tenko has a hole in the corner. We know, but we already used that. Cage child is just the seance. I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure. We'll read through it again.
How she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Because when you look at Tenko's Last Moments is the one we have to use. I'm so sure of it.
She
but
threw the sickle underneath
but the thing is that we like what he's saying is true. Then with her last moments, everyone thinks that Tenko committed suicide, but only because they're latching on to the easiest answer. Together, this I need to make them think their suicide theory won't work. I need to make them think their suicide theory wouldn't work. Oh, are we lying? Is this lie time? So, do we hold out? Yeah, I think I know what to do now. Okay, that's fine. We're doing lies. Let's lie, guys. Big lie time. But I want to have Maki in on the lie. I don't want her to not trust us, you know?
Tenko's not that kind of person.
But if Tenko did commit suicide,
I want Maki in on the lie. Is that okay? Can you put Maki in on the lie?
She could have secretly brought the sickle
This is getting tougher.
and then stabbed herself with it.
That's a cool way of doing the text.
Finally, with the last...
I'll reveal the truth.
Yeah, we're lying. Perjury! Yeah, we're lying. Okay, cool, because I was wondering, like, because what he said was exactly
Tenko
true.
couldn't have thrown the sickle under the floor.
Like, he said something that was exactly true.
Because she died instantly.
Instantly?
Oh, does Maki know? Maki, send her a signal that we're lying. I'm lying. I'm lying right now. Maki, I'm a big liar. Her death might not have been instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bled out. Maki, I lied very much so.
I'm certain of it. My investigation determined that she died instantly.
What's your opinion, Maki? I'd like to hear from someone who specializes in murder.
Maki,
Maki, I'm lying. Maki.
You're
Signal.
Right. I completely forgot about that.
Yes!
Important detail.
Maki's, yeah! Yes, okay. Okay, Maki's big liar as well.
Tenko died instantly.
Yeah, we're the liar crew. We're the liars for hire.
As an assassin, I specialize in killing my targets swiftly.
My gal.
I have no doubt that Tenko was killed immediately.
Words of a true killer. Pretty sure we can believe everything she said.
Yeah, we're lying though. We're big liars. Thank you, Maki. She's gonna give us the look of like.
Forget that, Maki roll. You better apologize to
No, don't go too
Shuichi.
far. Stop it, Kaito.
Excuse me?
Kaito. Kaito. Quit while you're ahead.
Okay, Kaito, really. No apology.
Yes, please, Kaito. Never say that again.
Anyway, Tenko died so suddenly that she couldn't have gotten rid of the sickle. Knowing that, the theory that she killed herself just doesn't fit, correct?
Just like I thought. Tenko wouldn't commit suicide.
Thank goodness, Himiko.
Which means someone definitely killed Tenko during the seance.
Her suicide was considered because we could not determine how she was killed.
There you go.
No, there must have been a way. We're gonna figure it out.
Did any of the participants witness anything peculiar during the seance? If you know something, please speak up. It could be the key to solving this mystery.
I wouldn't ask me. I'm just gonna lie again, and it's gonna feel good. Not a bad idea. We should remember what happened at the seance. Let me try to remember. I'm sure there's something. There's something. I need some kind of clue that will help me solve this mystery. Yeah. Cage child, loose floorboard, sound during the seance.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary
Okay.
during the seance?
The sound. Yeah.
There is something that bothers me. The fact that the seance failed. The ritual was perfect, and yet it failed. How utterly strange.
Do we have to agree with him on something?
Now that I think about it, while we were all singing the song,
Yep.
I heard something fall.
Okay, we won't do it yet. I want to hear everyone say anything. We know what to do.
I'm more concerned about how dark it got in there. I mean, it was totally pitch black. My job was to relight the candles. Moving along the walls was seriously tough.
Did he say something about being naked? Did he say? Yeah. Wait, hold on a second. Yeah, we know what I want to. We're gonna go through this twice more because I need to see what he said.
There is something that bothers me. The fact that the seance failed. The ritual was perfect, and yet it failed. How utterly strange. Now that I think about it, while we were all singing the song,
This is the one we're gonna have to do. This one here. I hear something
I'm
fall.
concerned about how dark it got in there.
Yep.
I mean, it was totally pitch black.
Oh no, it was this. It was this. Okay, he didn't say that. Okay. I thought he was. I thought that's such a Kokichi line with someone else. I say it was me who said that.
During the seance?
There is something that bothers me. The fact that the seance failed. The ritual was perfect, and yet it failed.
It's okay. Failure's a part of life.
Strange.
now that I think about it, while we were all singing the song, I heard something fall.
I'm more concerned about how dark it got in there. I mean, it was totally pitch black. My job was to relight the candles. Moving along the walls was seriously tough.
I completely just blanked, guys, I'll be honest. Thinking about life. That was really weird. I completely blanked. I don't know what happened. I just went into a different trance, a different world. That never happens with Danganronpa.
While we were all singing the song, I heard something fall.
Oh god. Oh, I didn't.
I'm more concerned.
I missed it. It's okay, we have like 3 minutes left. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. I love the Minions. My favorite movie, Minions 3. Lost in the Bayou.
While we were all singing the song,
I love it.
I heard something fall.
No! Oh god, Calvin, your aim is terrible! Calvin! We might actually use up the full 2 minutes. I freaking love the Minions, man. How they're all like, I'm a minion and stuff. You know what's so funny about like minion hate? I understand that minion hate comes from like, you know, moms on Facebook using minions to like, convince people of their opinions. Like, and it's always like, oh no,
I heard something fall.
no. Okay, we just barely got it. Hey, I agree with you, Himiko. I agree with you. Like, you know, moms using, and they go,
Himiko.
you can't trust anyone these days, and it's like a minion like turning their back to another minion, you know? But like, I think minions are actually kind of funny sometimes. You think that something fell because of that sound you heard, right? Yeah, that thunk. That thunk was something, alright. Was it bang? I thought it was a thunk.
It sounded like something heavy fell down and hit the floor really hard. It could have fallen down.
Fallen down? There wasn't anything on the ceiling that could have fallen down, right?
And it was like suppressed.
Am I wrong?
I heard it too. I heard a thunk.
But
The sound was pretty loud. It did seem like something hit the floorboards.
A loud sound like something hitting the floorboards. Maybe that sound has something to do with the other things that happen in the dark. Art Lab, Tsumigi's account, Necronomicon, effigies hanging upside down, gold katana, forehead injury, bloody duct tape, Art Lab's back door, Kokichi's lockpicking, the caged child, Kibo's flashlight function, sound during seance. Is this what I have to do? Wait, I was thinking, like, yeah, because, like, what kind of sound it made is more important to know what that was. Yeah, okay.
I was wrong.
I just thought, okay, I was wrong. So we have marker stone, iron cage, Tenko's last moments, loose forward, white sheet, dog statue, hole in the corner. Geez, there's so much. Crosspiece onto the floor, bloody Kokichi, that's definitely it. What? Why is there so much? They're giving me everything here. Hold on a second. Oh, we have like 35 seconds. We're fine. Necronomicon, Golden Katana, Seance, Magic, Restoring Cage, Tenko, that's most loose forward. Yeah, because that's what I think the sound came from originally. Anyway, that was my opinion from the start.
I think the floorboard coming off had something to do with that sound. That floorboard came loose at some point during the seance, right?
No, I disagree with you, Kokichi. I mean, Shuichi.
made such a loud sound, though?
It was the sound of an intense impact.
If the impact was that intense, then it could have loosened the floorboard.
That is true. There would have been had to been a strong impact to make that sound. But what is it? What could it possibly be?
All right then, let's go with that.
That was
We all
Beyonce's
gotta
name
put our
before
heads
she
together now.
got famous. Possible B. Or that's Kim Possible's nickname, even though her name isn't Possible K. Sounder and Sands, magical circle, Kurika drew, crosspiece
So
on
what made the floorboard come loose?
and sickle under the floor, dry.
Judging from the sound,
The
there must have been
crosspiece?
considerable force.
Someone who participated in the seance. Maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
But that statue was still on top of the cage.
Yeah, I think it's definitely
Hide under
the
floor.
crosspiece, by the way, because it's the thing that would make, because it was in the other room too, wasn't it? How surreal.
But we already said there was no one under the floor.
Someone must have stomped through the floorboard.
A floorboard that comes loose when you step on it is dangerous.
Yep.
God, it's like I'm the only
So
one
okay,
here
so
who's
it's
staying
step on the floor
ball.
makes sense then. I was gonna say that's wrong, but then if they're talking about how it's like,
Don't be stupid.
okay,
Don't you know me and Balls are the best of friends?
you know what? It's good to have a friend you can trust. What would have made a strong enough impact to knock a floorboard loose? I think about everyone's testimony and combine it with the facts. Yeah,
So what made the
the
floorboard
crosspiece.
come loose?
Crosspiece.
Judging
So I think we're doing it
from the sound, there
on,
must have
we're
been
agreeing with
considerable force.
Kokichi here,
Someone
that
who
someone stepped on it, because that's what would have, only thing would have made it
Maybe
come
that
loose, I
person
suppose.
tore off the floorboard.
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
No, because we was still on this thing
But
when we
that
went up there.
statue was still on top of
Yeah.
the cage.
Unfortunately.
Hide under floor. Then stood up with such might.
said there was no one under the floor.
Someone must have stomped through.
Here. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. We're not gonna get the V counter, but we'll take it.
I agree.
Agreeing with Kokichi. This is what life is all about. This is what life is all about. Agreeing with the baby.
Kokichi is right. The floorboard came loose because someone stomped on it.
Honey, I agree with the baby. Calvin, he's just saying Google Gaga. Yeah, well, he's making a good point to me. Google Gaga, he said, let's watch the sports game.
The floorboards fit perfect. Going to make sure first time we go to empty room.
When we first saw the room, yes. But when I looked again during the investigation... one of the cross pieces supporting the floorboards was cut off.
Yep.
After examining the cut, I concluded that it must have been done deliberately.
Because it's so clean, I guess.
Someone? You mean the culprit, right? Why'd
Or
they do that?
you.
What did the culprit stand to gain by cutting the cross piece?
To solve this case, I think I need to carefully think about the cross piece on the floorboard. Tenko's body was at one end of the loose floorboard, and the cross piece that had been cut was on the other end of the floorboard. The unsupported part was outside the cage, so it could have been stomped on. Only one of the cross pieces was cut, the other two were intact. That dog is like, stay away from Tenko, yeah? One of them was right under Tenko, and the other was in the center, right about where the edge of the cage was. What was the culprit attempting to achieve by stomping on the floorboards? Think, come on, think. Wait, what? What? What type of word is this? What was he attempting to do? I have no idea. We have 5 minutes and like not that much life. W. What the? We'll go for this one, whatever this is. E. No. I don't know. We're gonna die. S. Okay. We'll go for whatever this one is. Okay. Okay, we'll go for this one then. Whatever this one is. Okay, we'll go for whatever this one is. What is this? What is C? Okay, well, whatever this. I literally do not know the word, guys. I'm just being honest with it. C. What is this word? We'll go for this one. F. C. C. Okay, what? C. So it's not that, is it? C's. C's! Persona 3! C's. Wait. Why is it this? But what? Seesaw what? Seesaw board? Seesaw... What is it? What? Seesaw what? Seesaw what? What is this word? What? I don't even have a clue what the word is. Do you think I did it? I don't know, dude. At this point, I think I did. Done debating already? Well, this makes matters. Let's get over the voting time. They're gonna kill me. Okay, come on. Let's fast forward this. Yes, I like to retry.
We can't let it...
What the heck? So we know the first word seesaw. Where's the other E? But what? Seesaw what though? So we use W, we use A, we use S. What's the blue one? What? E? A? Sports? What is this? Okay, how much time do you have left to think about this? So we used A, did we use A? C? Is it effect? Effect? What is a seesaw effect? What in the hell is a seesaw effect? What in the world is a seesaw effect? Give me...
That's right.
No, it's not right. What world are we living in? What universe are we living in? What was that? What?
A seesaw?
Please tell me that you guys didn't get this right away. Please tell me that I'm not stupid, that I couldn't get this on the first go round. Please tell me I'm not stupid. I still feel stupid because even when I was doing it, I didn't even feel like I was getting it right.
The crosspiece at one end of the floorboard had been cut off.
What in the world is that?
The other two crosspieces holding up that board were close to the cage. Meaning, if you were to apply force to the end of the floorboard with no crosspiece...
Seesaw effect.
The next crosspiece would act as a fulcrum to turn the floorboard into a lever.
Wait, so someone did it inside the room? Oh no, someone could have done it inside the room then.
A lever capable of lifting up Tenko's entire body.
Her whole body lifted up?
Yeah, that sounds like a seesaw, all right. But why bother lifting Tenko's body?
Yeah, like what would the purpose
Couldn't
be?
have killed Tenko like that, unless they used the sickle.
That's exactly it. Using the seesaw trick, it was possible to kill Tenko with a sickle.
Huh? How?
Yeah,
In
how?
order for the culprit to kill Tenko
Seesaw
with a
effect?
seesaw trick, the placement of the sickle is the most important factor.
So if she was lifted, okay, the forward seesaw, the cage, and the blood and white fabric, what conclusion can you draw from this? There's only one place the sickle could have been that was consistent with the evidence. Next to the cage, underneath the floorboard, top of the cage, right? At that point. Yeah, okay, that's fine. But still, regardless of all of that, they could have just said seesaw. Seesaw effect, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Top of the iron cage, with the blade facing down. The reason we didn't see it was because of the fabric covering the cage.
Wait,
Also, the
wait,
wooden
Kyo took off the white
statue kept
sheet.
the blade in place.
Kyo was the one who took off the white sheet.
It's true that the sickle's handle was thick, which made the statue wobble. But the statue's weight kept it from falling over. Once everything was in place, if you stepped hard enough on the seesaw, Tenko's body would have shot upward.
Kyo was the one who took off the sheet. Does that mean Kyo was like, okay, at last, yup, and jumped on it? Like what? At last, oh my
She was
god.
bent over, meaning the sickle's blade would have connected with her neck.
Did anyone hear him singing? Was he just really
The
good at singing?
6-inch sickle blade wasn't long enough to stab Tenko in her crouched position.
It would make sense if it came from the neck then.
But with the floorboard acting as a seesaw, it could compensate.
This is the last thing I ever thought would happen.
Bringing the victim to the sickle rather than bringing the sickle to the victim. That's definitely an unorthodox idea.
It's crazy, but it would explain how Tenko got stabbed while she was in the cage.
So the sound we heard was the culprit stomping on the floorboard.
That impact make floorboard come loose.
Looks like we got ourselves a good old-fashioned seesaw homicide.
Is it good old fashioned.
Wait, what the hell's a seesaw homicide?
Yeah, I agree.
Fucking crazy!
I agree.
The craziness is what really makes the killing game fun, you know? They can't get away with murder the normal way, so they gotta think outside the box.
True. But it seems like it's all so unorthodox.
Kudos, culprit! You did a great job.
But why
keeping
would you
me
kill Tenko
entertained.
at that stage though? What would be the reason? If one of them's already dead.
Well played, Himiko.
Oh, it was you. It was you, buddy. Don't try and... You're not doing this now, buddy. You're not doing this. It was totally you. But we're going to end the video here, guys. Sorry for maybe the audio being a bit loud there. I was totally, like, shouting right into the mic there at some points. What I will say is, guys, I think it was Kyo at this point who killed Tenko. It makes sense. He's the one who took the sheet off, and now he's trying to put the blame on Himiko. It makes absolute perfect sense. Thank you so much to my patrons, TieFire02, Jamie Bull, Jana the Banana, Smidge, Rachel S, and Normal Kara. Thank you so much for being my Never Can Repay the Baby Gangsters tier. That tier also, you just got your personal messages through Patreon. And I will see you guys very, very soon with the next one. I'm having a great time. Someone said that I'm going through this game rather quickly now. Not in a bad way. They're saying, like, hey, you're really tearing through this game, which doesn't usually happen on the channel. Usually, like, you know, this would take forever. Like, if we're honest, like, the last Danganronpa playthrough we did, it took like 3 months to get through. It will not take 3 months for this playthrough, I don't think. I think we have like tops maybe 3 weeks left, at most. But the funny thing is about that is that, like, I think it's, you know, grand if we do take 3 months on it, but also it's kind of cool that we're doing this. And this is all just because, like, you know, I like I said, I'm trying to do this more full time. If we can get to that stage, we might have to stop, obviously, if we do get to a stage where, like, you know, we don't hit that goal or whatever, but we'll see what happens. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye bye.